Hello my friends, welcome to another channel update video. It's been quite a while actually since I've done one of these videos that's just really letting you guys know what's happening in my life. And a few things are going to change with my channel, and for that reason I thought it would be better just to make a video and just go over everything that's going to happen, what I'm going to be working on, and what's going to happen with my channel. I think it's especially important to make these kind of videos for the people who are supporting me on Patreon. And I'm going to actually just start by talking about my Patreon page. And I know that's a huge turn off for people. I know people just in general hate whenever any channel talks about their Patreon page. In this case, it's actually something a little bit different for me, where I'm not asking people to support me on Patreon. I'm actually asking people to stop supporting me on Patreon, which kind of sounds extreme, and it sounds like a step backwards more than anything. But the reason that I'm asking people to stop is not because I'm trying to like wind my channel down or anything like that. Usually what happens is if I'm not like making lots of videos, I'll pause my Patreon page. But at the minute it's just not possible for me to actually pause my page. I don't know, it's something that Patreon have changed on their website, and so I've actually got an image here. This is I had to find this on a Reddit post because I couldn't actually find any information on Patreon itself. But basically someone says that this is coming from the Patreon community board. Hey folks, just wanted to let you know we have removed our pause feature for Patreons, and that was in August 2018, which was quite a while ago actually. I'm surprised it was that long ago since I paused before, because I could have swore that I was able to pause at the start of the year or something. Maybe it was actually the start of last year, I'm not exactly sure. But basically the only thing I can now do is disable my Patreon account permanently, which I think is too extreme. Like, I don't want to completely close my whole Patreon page, because then it's a pain for me to have to restart. But at the same time, I'm not creating enough, let me just turn that off. I'm not creating enough videos where I feel like that I deserve to be getting funded every month sort of thing. And until I don't feel right taking money off people where I'm not like making at least one video a week, like that's my goal. And at the minute, just like from my personal life and stuff like that and my work life, I just can't really reach that goal. I mean, it's something that I keep aiming for and I hope to do at some point, but there's a few changes coming, and I don't see me hitting that goal anytime soon. So for now, I've already asked, like I've already posted on Patreon to tell everyone, look, just pause your pledges for now, and if things pick up, by all means re-pledge. A few people have already just ignored that message and just said, look, I don't care, I'm just going to support you anyway, sort of thing, which is really nice of them. And I've had people support me on there for a really long time, so I appreciate that. But like, again, I just think that like, feel free to pause it for a while anyway, at least. So one of the reasons that I'm sort of making this video now, and I'm telling people to pause my Patreon page, is that over the last say like couple of weeks, I've been getting a blue screen of death on my computer. My computer is actually I bought this computer with Patreon money. Like I bought it on a loan type thing and paid it off monthly. And when I started up my Patreon account, that money went directly to help pay off my computer. And I kind of had to bite the bullet at one point and just buy this computer, and it's really helped me to make videos and stuff like that. But that was, I think, 5 years ago, if memory serves. And it was actually, I purposely bought Windows 7 because that was the operating system I was most familiar with, even though I could have went with like Windows, I think it may have been 8, or maybe even, it would have been Windows 8 at the time. And I could have updated to Windows 10 for free and stuff like that, but I decided not to, just because I was used to everything. It's such a pain to reinstall everything on a computer, and because I'm more frequently getting blue screens of death, I'm not confident that I can get to the end of this video without my computer blue screening. So And also I don't know if any of you guys know this, but if you're on Windows 7, Microsoft are going to stop supporting it from 2020, like January 2020. So because I keep getting blue screen of death, and because I need to upgrade to Windows 10 anyway, I'm kind of toying with the idea of just getting a whole new hard drive and install Windows 10, and hopefully I'll stop getting that blue screen problem whilst also upgrading. So I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone. But that process of switching over or getting a new hard drive is a really painful process. I have a lot of programs I use and a lot of games that I like to install, emulators and all sorts of different things. And that's just a slow process to get that all together. I mean, once eventually I do this, it may just take a couple of weeks. And really, I don't feel confident having people support me while I'm going through that transitional period of getting everything back together. And also, kind of for personal reasons, you can see that I'm kind of cramped in this little room at the minute. For personal reasons, I'm actually going to be moving out of this room at some point in the near future, and again around sort of February probably time period. So my whole setup's going to change soon, and I know like February 2020 is a long time away, but because of the blue screen thing, it may come a lot sooner than I'm only saying like February, because the Windows 7 is going to stop working around that time. So I have to either buy a laptop, which would mean that I can maybe record stuff more comfortably, because I'm going to lose this room pretty soon, and I may have to just like record stuff, I don't know, in my living room, or who knows where I'll end up. It's kind of not really planned out just yet, but I'm still looking into it, and it may just take me a while just to get back on my feet for that reason. With that being said, I still have plans for more videos. This isn't like this video isn't being made like just so I'm stopping making videos altogether. I'm hoping just to keep going as long as my computer will let me, until it gets to the point where if it's like blue screening every day, then I'll just change something, because I always want to make videos and stuff like that. So that's not going to change. But like, I kind of see this date, February, or maybe I think it's actually January, is the Windows 7 switchover date. I kind of see it as like a countdown. So my main reason I didn't ever switch to Windows 10 was because of compatibility issues. I know a lot of people have problems. There's a game I play called Recoil, or I don't play it that much. It's not like I play it every day or anything, but it's just one of my favourite games. And I made a video a while back on my channel about how to get the game working, and I heard from some people that it worked in Windows 10. And so in that video I was like, yeah, this works in Windows 10, no problem, because that's what the guy that gave me the file told me, and it worked. But since making that video, nearly every day I get a comment saying this does not work on Windows 10. Please tell me how to get this working on Windows 10. So they're all having problems. So I know there's going to be compatibility issues, and that for me is going to kill me. Like when I move on to 10, and if I find that one of my favorite PC games doesn't work, it's going to really frustrate me. With that being said, compatibility is getting much better all the time, but I'm going to kind of use that date as like an imaginary countdown to like, I need to get all of my favorite PC games played and kind of reviewed by then, or made some kind of videos of. And so in some ways, as long as my computer holds out, you might actually end up seeing a lot more kind of quick videos on some of my favorite PC games. I'm going to make a list of my favorite PC games. I mean, I've lists of games that I've always wanted to make videos on, and for all different systems, but I've also got a list of PC games that I really want to play. And this is kind of going to give me a good excuse just to like, you know what, let's just pick like each month or every 2 weeks, pick a game and just make videos on it. And the first game I'm going to do it on actually is Command and Conquer. This is one of my favourite PC games. One of my first ever PC games actually. I got it for my Windows 95 computer when we first got our computer. And recently they announced they're going to remake it. Oh, my phone just dropped out of my pocket. They announced they're going to remake it, and so it felt like a good idea to start there. So I'm just going to like basically go through my library of favourite games, some obscure ones you may have never heard of, and some classics like Command and Conquer that I've always wanted to make videos on, but I've never really had a good enough reason or a good enough excuse. And this kind of gives me a good excuse just to go back and just like at least 10 of my favourite PC games and make a target of like January, February, whenever the switchover is, or whenever I decide to get a new computer, and just try and run through as many as I can. Because like I know all of my favourite games work, PC games work on Windows 7 because I've like been testing them out over the years and playing them every so often. I'm like, yeah, I must make a video, but I just never get around to it. So this may give me the excuse I actually need. Another reason I'm not really making as many videos as I would like is because if some of you have probably watched, I've been making a lot of Battlefield videos on my channel, and I've uploaded a video about a Battlefield remake that I'm working on. The program I used to model some of the Battlefield assets for the remake was called SketchUp, and it turns out that program, what I found out over like the pretty soon after I made that video, actually I'm talking to some of the other 3D artists that are working on the project, and sharing files and all sorts of stuff. SketchUp is just not good enough to model for a game. It's not designed for that. I knew it would be a problem, but I didn't realize just how much of a problem it would be, and it's just basically not usable. I've done a few tests and stuff like that. So I'm teaching myself how to use a brand new program, and I'm not going to go into it in a lot of detail in this video. I'll do a remake update video at some point in the near future, as long as my computer's still working, and I'll go over what I'm learning, and it's going to really... The problem is it's going to take a long time to learn how to use that program, but it'll benefit so much from actually knowing how to use the proper modeling software. So I'm just basically taking some time to learn how to do that, and that's taking away time that I could be spending making videos. But the way I see it is like, who knows what that might lead to. Like it could even lead to me like making some games, which would be insane, but I mean, I'm talking way in the future here. But I just want to learn something new, and I'm really enjoying it, and I think it's what I'll use to ultimately pull the remake project I'm working on. We're trying to remake at least Bridge Too Far and try and get it into an engine and get it playable, and I think that's just something interesting to aim for, just a goal to aim for in my life, to try and learn something new. And it unfortunately just eats into some of my the time I have to make videos, but I think it'll ultimately benefit my channel, and it's just something that I've wanted to do. So yeah, that's going to take a little bit of time away, but and I'll make some more videos detailing what I'm actually learning and what's going on with the remake in other videos. The other thing that's coming up, which is actually kind of crazy, oh yeah, this is where I'm getting... I couldn't work out why I kept mentioning February. I was like, why am I saying February when the Windows 7 update is actually in January? Or the support's been removed. Let's see. Yeah, my stats for YouTube are as follows. I joined YouTube on the 15th of February 2010, if you see the little stats bit below that. So my YouTube channel will be 10 years old in 2020, which is crazy. I can't believe it's been 10 years. Things have changed a lot. But I would like to mark the occasion. I know actually a lot of other people, I think some people have actually been having like their 20th year anniversary. Like I seen like LGR had a video up of his 20th year anniversary. He made a bit of a thing about it, made a video about it. I'd like to do the same thing. I really like to plan ahead for things. Videos I work on, like the top 10 videos I make, usually take me months. So I kind of have to plan ahead. Because like collecting footage, I record all my own footage and like to make notes and do all sorts of stuff, and it takes me a long time to work on these things, so it makes sense for me to plan ahead. I'm always planning my next video, and I usually try and make them as detailed as possible and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I just don't have as much free time as I used to have. Seems like time just is speeding up as well, so like it's another reason to plan ahead, because things just seem to just come around very quickly. So I do want to make a big thing of my 10-year anniversary, and I have quite a few things planned. I've got some like long-term projects I've just been always meaning to make. I hate naming projects. Like I know some of my Patreons, like I'll post up something where I'll be like, I'm working on something, but I'll not say what it is, and it really annoys people because they're like, you know, why are you so mysterious? Like, why don't you just tell us what you're working on? But it's because I don't want to let anyone down, because if I tell people like I'm working on a top 10 favorite games of all time and it doesn't happen, then people are going to be let down. So I kind of I don't want, but yeah, so I do want to make some top 10s, and I've wanted to make certain top 10s for like forever. Trying to think of other videos off the top of my head. Did I make any notes? Yeah, actually some projects, like, I don't want to be too mysterious, but I want to make a big thing of my 10-year anniversary. So I'll hopefully have like lots of videos planned around that time, and yeah, but until then, like, I'll probably just be trying to learn how to use a new 3D program, relive some classic PC games. I will, in the meantime, be trying to make some Battlefield videos. I know people, like, that's probably divided, like some people don't really care about Battlefield, but I'll still make the odd Battlefield video. They don't take too much of my time up because they're usually just record it in real time. Like, I don't have a script or anything. I'll just like record footage and then just use footage and talk over it and stuff like that. So they don't generally take up that much of my time. But yeah, so in the meantime, I'll probably hopefully be uploading some classic PC games. I'm going to think about ways of actually, because I used to have that Let's Relive series that I absolutely loved making those videos, but they kind of took a lot of my time as well, because what I would have done back then was just like play the entire game, or like a huge chunk of it, and then like cut all that footage down into like one video, and just talk about the best bits of the game in some ways, and then like a little bit of background about the game. But my plan is to try and distill down what those videos were in more of a live setting, which is kind of what I'm doing. I'm doing more like what you're seeing right now is OBS. I don't know if any of you guys know what the software is, but it's like I can play and talk at the same time and just do it all live. So that's kind of the idea with what I'll probably end up doing with the PC. Kind of a mixture of both. Maybe I'll like pre-record some things, pre-record some footage, and then like just mix it with live stuff, so it's a little bit quicker. I'm just trying to think of ways that I can do things quicker on my channel, and in that way I'll be able to try and at some point get videos every week rather than like months apart and stuff like that, because my Let's Relive stuff did sometimes take like a month to do, or else I'd be like working on it all week. So yeah, it's just a really quick very unscripted update video. So if you have any questions, then please do ask, and if you are supporting me on Patreon, then just get in touch with me on Patreon. And actually, if there's anyone, I did mention it in my last Patreon post, but if you didn't get the message, I basically posted just before the last payment came out and just said, look, if you just cancel, because I'll probably not be working on as much videos lately, and I haven't been working on them, so that's kind of, I feel bad taking money off people when I don't really feel like I deserve it at the minute, because I've been having like problems and stuff like that. But if you feel like you want a refund, then I've said in the post that's completely fine. Maybe you've missed the last update, and that's completely fine. I can send you back PayPal money. But yeah, I don't want to completely close my channel, my Patreon channel. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, then please do ask. Alright, hopefully see you soon, all being well.